Hello. All right, are you ready to finish this book? Let's do it. Okay, chapter 34, and I'm going all the way to the end. Okay, are you ready? Come on, let's go. Okay, the 15th worm. Standing on a rusty pail, Billy peered through a crack into the horse barn. Oh, wait. He's peering. Joe was wandering about lashing at cobwebs with a stick. Alan was slumped on a barrel, gnawing his thumbnail. Billy went around to the door. "Hi," he said. Alan didn't look up. "Hi," said Joe. Billy glanced around suspiciously. "Take it easy," said Joe. "We concede. At least I do. He's still trying to think up something." He pointed at Alan with the stick. "Where's Tom?" asked Billy. "He wouldn't eat his lunch, so his mother kept him in." Billy leaned over the platter on the orange crate and smelled the steaming southern fried worm. "He wanted to load it up with red peppers," said Joe, "but I wouldn't let him." Billy forked ketchup, mustard, and piccalilli onto the platter, cut a piece of worm, dipped it in the glop, stuck it in his mouth, chewed nervously, swallowed, cut another piece. This worm tasted better than usual, sort of like kidney beans, southern fried kidney beans. "Where'd you get this one?" "From behind Bannerman," said Joe. "From the muck," yelled Alan. "The muck, gluey, slimy, stagnant muck." Billy grinned. "Yeah? Then you'll have to show me. This is the best one yet." Alan jumped up and kicked the barrel, clattering into a stall. Joe shrugged at Billy, grinning. Billy held up the last bite. "Ta-ra!" He swallowed it. "Okay, let me look," said Alan. "Come on." He peered into Billy's mouth. "Oh, no. Come on. There's still some stuck in your teeth right there." Billy sucked noisily at his teeth. "Okay?" Alan's shoulders slumped. "I can't get the money till tomorrow," he said. "Oh, geez, you know I'll have to work Saturdays for 6 months to pay it back." He trudged slowly towards the door. "Coming, Joe?" "Yeah, maybe your father won't be sacked so bad if I'm there when you tell him." Alan stopped in the door. "Tomorrow," he said. 10 o'clock. He sounded as if he were going to cry. "Yeah, sure," said Billy. "Make it later if you want." "No, it's not going to do any good putting it off. Come on, Joe." All right. Chapter 35. Burp. Burp. Left alone in the barn, Billy hugged himself. "Oh, I won $50." He sat down on the crate, grinning. "Heck, I knew I could do it. Ha! I was so scared at first, waking everybody up in the middle of the night." He burped. Ugh, beans. "I should have made it 30 worms and $100. That stupid letter. Joe knew when he was licked, though. Jeez." "Beans?" He stood up. "How come that burp had tasted like beans?" "He'd had a hamburger for lunch and a glass of milk. Then the worm. Say, they couldn't have—" He snatched up the platter. Nothing left, just a few crumbs of cornmeal. Craning his neck, his eyes bugging out, straining, he burped. Bah. Beans. Again, beans. He burst out of the barn, stumbling over the sill, yelling. Across the field, Joe and Alan turned. Alan started to run. Joe grabbed his arm. "It was a fake!" panted Billy, coming up to them. "You faked it. It wasn't a real worm." "Real worm?" said Joe. "What are you talking about?" "You made a worm," yelled Billy. "Out of beans. Then tomorrow you were going to say I'd lost. I hadn't eaten 15 worms. The last one was fake." "Oh, geez," said Alan. "Come on, will ya?" "He didn't do it while I was around," said Joe. You sure? What'd you have for lunch? A hamburger and milk. Yeah, but where'd you get the hamburger? I don't know. My mother brought it. What difference does it make? Yeah, well, a lot of the hamburgers you get these days have stuff mixed into it, sausage meat, soybeans, breadcrumbs. So the butcher makes more money. Yeah, said Billy. Sure. But anyway, you come on back just to make sure I'm going to eat another worm. Gee, suit yourself. Eat 4 more. Come on now, let's go. Let him eat what he wants. Okay, the 15th worm. Billy threw back his head, lowered the worm in. Alan charged around the door, leapt upon Billy's back, flung to the ground, punching, yelling, jumped up, grabbed Billy's feet, dragging him bump, bump, bump across the rough, chaffy floor to the tool closet, bundled him inside, slammed the door, and locked it. I think I need a locked door. Hang on just a second. Here's my locked door. All right, Billy's going to be at the... Whoa! That wasn't a very good door, was it? Okay, there's my door. That'll be my lock. Much better. Okay. Oh, no. All right, there's my lock. Silence. Water trickled into the trough outside, Alan panting. What are you going to do with him? Joe asked hoarsely from the doorway. If he's in the closet, he can't eat the worm, can he? You're crazy. He'll start to yell. His parents will hear him. Yeah. Alan's hair was mussed. His shirt tail hung out. I think he's going a little crazy right here. Yeah, said Joe, eyeing him. He will. He'll start to yell, and then his parents will hear him. Alan glanced wildly about, started towards the door, and turned. Now, if we put him down the cistern... The cistern? Joe wiped his mouth. Alan, cut it out. It's only $50. Come on. Face it, you've lost. You can't put Billy down in the cistern all by himself. Suppose there's water in it. It's 15 feet deep. We can lower him down with a rope. Bang, 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 bang. Billy was kicking the tool closet door. Let me out! Let me out! Help! Let me out! It's cheating! Help! I want out! I want to get out! I want to get out! Bang! 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 He chanted rhythmically, kicking the door with both feet in time with his chant. Alan ran across the barn and grabbed hold of a beam, skidding to a stop, and he began to kick aside the hay and trash which littered the planks over the old cistern. Bang! 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 I want to get out! I want to get out! I want to get out! Come on, Ellen yelled at Joe. Help me! We were all down in it last year. How's it going to hurt him? Come on, it'll work. I'll split it with you. Get some rope. Bang! 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 I want to get out! I want to get out! Okay. Let's go back to our barn. Now we need a cistern. What is a cistern? It's a well, basically. So let's say it's in the floor. It's going to be 15 feet deep. Let's make it very deep. Oh, no, I did. Oh, there it is. Okay, we'll put a little water in the bottom, so we remember exactly why it's dangerous. Okay. Back to the tool shed and Billy. Ready? On his knees, yanking at the planks which covered the old cistern, thinking, I've got him, he'll never win. Alan felt a hand grip his shoulder, glanced up. What in the devil is going on in here? Mr. Forrester shouted down at him. Bang, 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 bang. I want to get out. A confused babble of voices dying out suddenly. Now, said Mr. Forrester. Alan and Joe, home. Scoot. Alan and Joe crowded out the door. "I've won!" crowed Billy. He danced towards the platter. "Nothing can." "Billy, up to your room." "I just gotta eat this worm, Dad." "Oh, I've won! I've won!" "Billy, up to your room." "Dad, his father pointed. "Dad, if I don't eat what's left, Alan will win. It's just too—" "Now. The bet is over. You know what I've told you about that cistern. Now." "Dad, I'll lose. I'll lose. Alan will—" "Then you'll learn something. March." "You mean I can't even eat that last little bit?" "How long could it take? What could—" "Billy, now." All right. Chapter 38. Shoot. Billy kicked the bed. Ooh, wait, we need to... He's out of the tool shed. Billy kicked the bed. He'd won. All he had to eat was 2 more bites. 2 bites. He kicked the wall. What had his father gotten so mad for? Alan had started opening the cistern, not him. Geez, he hadn't even let him explain. Twice. Twice he'd won and then something had happened. And now he was going to lose? After all he'd gone through? Nightmares, fights, thinking he'd been poisoned, all for nothing? He kicked the bed. The next chapter. "Mrs. Forrester," said Tom, peering through the screen door, "could I see Billy for a minute?" "He's up in his room being punished, Tom. He and Joe and Alan were pretty naughty this afternoon." "Yeah," said Tom. "No kidding. What did they do?" The 15th worm. Billy kicked the wall again. 2 minutes. What difference could 2 minutes have made? He leaned his forehead against the window pane, gazing dejectedly out into the backyard. I feel like I need a window pane. Ooh, look, I have one, but it has a cat, which is not really what we need. Okay. Window pane. Window. Guess I don't have one. Oh, well. That's what always happened. Somebody just... Tom's younger brother, Pete, appeared suddenly around the corner of the house, running, holding up a little yellow Easter basket, gesturing. The worm! Tom! Pete had brought him a worm, the 15th worm. Billy slammed up the window. "Catch!" yelled Pete. "Hurry! Tom's talking to your mother." He heaved a brick with a string tied to it up to Billy. Billy caught it, hauled the string up hand over hand. The basket came bobbing up the side of the house. Alan and Joe plunged out of the bushes. Billy snatched the tin can out of the Easter basket, plucked out a huge, squirming nightcrawler. I do have a nightcrawler. "Mrs. Forrester! Mrs. Forrester!" Alan and Joe shouted at the top of their lungs, dancing about on the lawn, waving their arms. "Mrs. Forrester! Mrs. Forrester!" "Too late!" yelled Billy gleefully. Throwing back his head, he dropped the squirming nightcrawler into his mouth, chewed and chewed. Tom and Mrs. Forrester appeared around the corner of the house. "Too late!" yelled Billy, still cheering. "Too late! I win!" He disappeared from the window. A door slammed inside the house, a trampling on the stairs. He burst out the kitchen door, a flying leap off the back steps. He rolled, scrambled up, yelling, "I win! I win! I win!" Grabbed Tom's hands. They danced around and around, Pete cavorting beside them. Alan and Joe slunk off through the bushes. Round and round and round. Billy's mother laughed and went into the kitchen. Round and round and round, till they collapsed on their backs in the grass. "I win!" gasped Billy to the blue, cloudless sky. "I win!" All right, this is the epilogue. That means something that happens after the end of the story. Billy leaned the mini bike against a tree and started down the path through the woods. Tom and Joe were already sitting by a smoldering trash fire on the riverbank, opening their lunch bags. "Where's Alan? At the store?" asked Billy, flopping down by Tom. "Yeah," said Joe. "He's still got 2 weeks to go." "What have you got for lunch?" asked Tom. Billy looked embarrassed. "Worm and egg on rye." "Heck," said Tom. "Why can't you ever bring something somebody else likes so you can trade?" Billy frowned. He opened his lunch bag. "I don't know. I just can't stop. I don't dare tell my mother. I even like the taste now." He scratched his head. "Do you think there's something the doctors don't know? Do you think I could be the first person who's ever been hooked on worms?" All right, that's it, bright learners. We finished this whole book. Yes. All right, I think that next time, I believe we're going to begin this book, which is called The Door in the Wall by Marguerite D'Angeli. All right, I'll see you soon, bright learners. Don't forget, read good books. Bye.